Many of you may already know this, but for those who aren't familiar, grafting is essentially connecting a small branch called a scion to a branch on a different tree. By aligning the living layers of both pieces, the host tree begins to heal the wound, treating the new branch as its own. This allows us to trick the tree into growing a branch from a completely different variety. There are many techniques for connecting a scion to a host tree. Today we are using bark grafting. To make this work, we have to talk about the cambium. This is the most important part of the process. The cambium is located right between the bark and the wood, and for a graft to take, the cambium of the scion must make good contact with the cambium of the host tree. That's why we use a sharp grafting knife to remove the outer layer of bark on the scion. We are essentially shaving it to expose that green cambium layer underneath. This creates the surface area needed for the two trees to fuse. Next, on the host branch, I am making a vertical cut and gently moving the knife left and right. This separates the bark from the wood, creating a small pocket. This is where the scion will be inserted. In my experience, this is the easiest method to perform and it's best suited for beginners, because it generally has a much higher success rate. Next, I am going to apply two separate layers of tape. This first layer is a thin, stretchy film. Its main goal is to seal the grafting union completely, so that no air or water can get inside. For the second layer, I am using a much stronger tape. This provides the structural support needed to keep the scion and the branch pressed tightly together. It also protects the scion from being broken or moved by the winds or birds. Now, all we have to do is wait. Usually you will see the buds start to swell about 2 or 3 weeks after grafting. Those are the very first signs that the host tree has accepted the scion. Here is the update after 40 days. If you follow all the steps correctly, this is typically the result you will see. Let me show it to you from another angle. There is even a small fruit starting to grow. Usually, you won't see any fruit in the first year after grafting, but sometimes it happens. I'm going to remove this little fruit now. I need to do this so the tree doesn't waste its strength. Here is the update on June 12, about 2 months after grafting. The growth is huge and the leaves look very healthy. Today I am also going to remove the tape. It is very important to know the right time to do this. You don't want to remove the tape too early because the connection might still be weak and the new branch could break during strong wind. However, you also cannot leave the tape on for too long. As you can see here, the branch is getting thicker and the tape is starting to strangulate the scion. Today is July 2nd and here is another update. I trimmed the tips of the new growth so the tree focuses on growing side branches instead of one long branch. Fast forward to September 7. As you can see, the branch is now much thicker. The growth over the summer has been excellent. Hopefully, by the next year, the wound will be fully closed. And here is the final update on this journey. Today is November 12th. We've already had the first frosts, so most of the leaves have fallen and only a few remain at the very top. Before winter truly arrives, I am applying a special sealer to the wound. This creates a protective layer that prevents water and ice from getting in. And of course the cat is skeptical about the quality of the work, so he came over to personally check that everything was done right. I hope you found this guide useful. If you have any questions about your own trees, leave a comment below. See you in the next video.